What if everything you believe about the world, your government, your religion, and even the laws you follow is an illusion? Imagine a system so intricately designed that its control permeates every aspect of your life without you even realizing it. Jordan Maxwell, an expert in uncovering the symbolic structures that shape human consciousness, dedicated his life to revealing this hidden reality. According to him, two ancient laws form the foundation of all the systems that govern the modern world. These laws operate behind the scenes, influencing everything from politics and economics to personal freedoms. But why have you never heard of them before? Because understanding these laws would dismantle the carefully constructed narrative that keeps society under control. Maxwell's work goes beyond exposing these laws. He reveals the symbols, language, and rituals that support them. If you've ever felt that something about our reality doesn't quite fit, you're about to see how the pieces finally come together. From the moment you were born, symbols have shaped your understanding of the world. They're not just visual signs. They are tools created to influence your subconscious, directing your thoughts and actions in ways you may never notice. Maxwell emphasizes that symbols carry deep meanings, often hidden in plain sight. They're not just about communication. They're about control. Take corporate logos, for example. A logo isn't just a brand. It's a symbol filled with intention, drawing from ancient archetypes and triggering psychological responses. Consider the chevron emblem or Shell's seashell symbol. These images aren't just random. They trace back to laws, times, and religious symbolism, conveying messages that resonate on a deeper level. Even in religious contexts, symbols serve a dual purpose. On one hand, they can elevate consciousness and foster spiritual growth. On the other, they can be manipulated to maintain control over large populations. When people don't explore the deeper meanings behind these symbols, they unknowingly fall under their influence. By educating yourself about their origins and purposes, you can begin to free yourself from their grip and reclaim your mental autonomy. At the core of human civilization, there exists a dual legal structure, the law of the land and the law of the sea. These systems are not arbitrary constructs. They reflect humanity's ancient relationship with the elements. While the law of the land governs the customs and traditions of specific regions, the law of the sea, or maritime law, has a much broader scope, transcending geographical boundaries. Maritime law arose to regulate trade and navigation on the seas. Over the centuries, its influence expanded beyond the waters, infiltrating governmental and financial systems. When you enter a courtroom, for example, you're not just engaging with a justice system. You're entering a space governed by the principles of maritime law. The very terminology used in the legal system reveals this connection. When you go to court, it's like a ship arriving at port. The judge, wearing a black robe symbolizing Saturn, the god of control and limitation, presides from a bench, which comes from the Latin word banca. This is no coincidence. Courts operate under the jurisdiction of commerce, and maritime law is its foundation. Recognizing these distinctions illuminates the hidden mechanisms that govern not only nations, but the entire global order. The world's financial systems are deeply intertwined with the principles of maritime law. Money flows like water, controlled by banks, both literally and symbolically, riverbanks that guide its course. This linguistic connection is not poetic, it's intentional. Terms like liquid assets and cash flow highlight the maritime origins of financial commerce. Notice how every financial transaction echoes the practices of ancient maritime trade. When a ship docks at a port, it delivers cargo that must be accounted for with a manifest. Similarly, when you're born, your entry into the world is accompanied by a birth certificate, a document that links you to the commercial system from the moment you arrive. Maxwell also pointed out that even the concept of citizenship operates within this framework. Your identity isn't just personal, it's a legal construct tied to commerce. This realization challenges the way you perceive freedom and autonomy. To truly understand your place in the system, you must question how these maritime principles influence every aspect of modern life, from your finances to your fundamental rights. Religion, far from being purely a spiritual domain, plays a crucial role in maintaining structures of control. Maxwell frequently pointed out that religious institutions function much like corporations, using rituals, symbols, and dogmas to maintain influence over their followers. One of the most striking examples of this connection lies in the symbolism of Saturn. Revered in ancient cultures as the enforcer of rules and boundaries, the black robes worn by priests, judges, and even university graduates honor the authority of Saturn. This is not a matter of tradition. It is a deliberate reference to the archetype of control. Furthermore, the very concept of God, as presented in many organized religions, was shaped to align with governance systems. Teachings related to the star Sirius in Egyptian mythology show how ancient cosmology was integrated into modern religious structures. These connections reveal that religion, commerce, and law are not separate entities, but interconnected pillars of a single system designed to guide and manipulate human behavior. Each court, for example, serves as a stage where the principles of maritime law unfold before the public. When you enter this space, you pass through a symbolic gate, leaving behind the laws of the land and entering maritime jurisdiction. This transition is more than a procedural formality. It reflects a shift in how you are perceived by the law. Inside the court, you are no longer seen as a living individual, but as a legal entity. This is why lawyers, and not the people themselves, speak on behalf of defendants. The act of posting bail is directly tied to maritime practices, representing the release of a ship from its moorings. Even the term "pass the bar," used to describe an attorney's qualification, traces back to the physical barrier that separates maritime jurisdiction from the outside world. Understanding this structure not only demystifies legal procedures, but also enables you to navigate them with greater awareness. By recognizing the symbolic and procedural elements at play, you can reclaim a sense of agency within a system designed to obscure its true nature. The systems shaping our world are meticulously crafted to hide their true purpose, leaving most people in ignorance. However, ignorance is not destiny. Jordan Maxwell dedicated his life to exposing the complex networks of power and influence that govern our reality. His work offers a roadmap to understand the connections between symbols, laws, and systems, illuminating the path to true awareness. Maxwell not only exposed the lies, but also equipped those who listened with the tools to free themselves. The journey begins with knowledge, the kind that pierces the veil and allows you to see the mechanisms of control for what they really are. Central to Maxwell's wisdom is the idea that consciousness itself is power. Understanding the symbolic language embedded in everything, from corporate logos to legal jargon, is not just an intellectual exercise, but an act of liberation. These symbols and terms are the code of the system, and learning to decode them is the first step in reclaiming your autonomy. Maxwell emphasized that nothing in this world operates the way it appears on the surface. To uncover the truth, you must dig deeper, question everything, and be willing to confront uncomfortable realities. Only then can you begin to dismantle the illusions that keep you trapped. Freedom requires more than just knowledge. It requires a shift in perspective. Modern society thrives on distractions, entertainment, consumerism, and endless political theater, all designed to keep your focus on trivial matters. Maxwell frequently warned that as long as your attention is consumed by these distractions, you will continue to be a pawn in a larger game. To break the cycle, you must redirect your focus to understand the systems that control you. This is not easy, but it is essential. Stepping away from the noise and committing to self-education are acts of rebellion against a system that thrives on ignorance. Maxwell's teachings go beyond uncovering hidden truths. They offer a call to action. He believed that by educating yourself, you not only empower your own life, but also contribute to a collective awakening. Awareness creates waves that extend beyond the individual, challenging the status quo and inspiring others to question the systems they live within. This collective awakening is the only way to dismantle the structures of manipulation and control. Maxwell's message is clear. Anyone who takes the time to learn and understand becomes a force for change. No matter how small their actions may seem, in the end, the journey to freedom is one of courage and persistence. Maxwell often compared it to opening a door to a new reality, one that is much freer but infinitely more authentic than the illusions we've been fed. Rejecting complacency and embracing the discomfort that comes with questioning deeply ingrained beliefs are necessary steps, but the rewards are profound. With awareness comes clarity, and with clarity comes the ability to navigate life on your own terms. The question Maxwell left for all who listened was simple, yet profound. Are you ready to take that step and reclaim your power? Or will you continue to be a spectator in a game you were born to play?